Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome, good morning, and happy new week. My name is Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. I am a divine embodiment mentor and guide, a divine feminine activator, and a multidimensional healer. And this is something that I do every week. I pop in and I talk about the energy that we're going to be working with for the week. And then we have some messages that come through. This week's cards that I'm going to be using. Of course, we have a goddess that brings a message or wisdom and shares it with us, and it's usually in alignment with the message or the energy of the week. And then the additional cards that you get to choose and receive your own unique messages. So I really enjoy doing this. I've been doing this for a while, and I want to thank everyone who's been following me and supporting my YouTube channel, my podcast, and listening to this. I'm so grateful for you. So let's go ahead and begin. So this week's energy, oh man. So first thing I want to say is happy Galactic New Year. Yesterday was the 26th. So that was the Galactic New Year. And the Galactic New Year is created around the 13th moon. So that's something that is very in alignment with our own physical cycle, right? It makes sense that we would have a calendar like that. So I believe that's something that they've been working on to be able to change the current calendar to, the 13 moon calendar, which is more in alignment with who we are. I think it would help us understand ourselves even more and go deeper within ourselves. So anyway, Galactic New Year, or, it's a time for you to tap into who you are as a galactic citizen. It is inviting you to go beyond your humanity and to tap into what is greater than you. It is you, but it's greater than you because it's in the higher realm, right? It's inviting you to look at yourself as a galactic citizen rather than just a human being on planet Earth. I feel like this whole year is kind of inviting us to really reach different, like the different levels of ourselves, to the multidimensionalities of ourselves. And that's going to continue throughout the year. Actually, after this year, it's still going to continue because being in a 5D really requires us to tap into that multidimensionality. And you need to learn what that means. Who are you as a multidimensional being, as a galactic citizen? So yesterday, as I was contemplating on the Galactic New Year, I'm going to call her my galactic self. She popped in and I recognized her. I've met her before, but she came in and I was like, oh, hello, galactic self, and I was like, why are you here? And that's the thing. When you get invites from the other aspects of yourself. Again, we're multidimensional beings. This is not the only self that we have existing at this moment, right? That's what makes us multidimensional, because we have different aspects of ourselves living in different dimensions, right? And so I was like, why are you here? And she said that she's here to work with my 12th dimensional self to get things rolling, and I'm supposed to be doing this project of activation. So I'm working on it. I can't talk too much about it right now, but I'm working on it. I'm really excited, but to bring about a series of activations that will elevate humanity in their divinity. That's the best way I can explain it. So she came in to, work with or tag along with my 12 dimensional self. And if you listen to my podcast, I talked about my 12 dimensional self. The 12th dimension is a very high dimension. I mean, the 12 dimensional self is not human. Anywhere from 7 to 12 is not human. There's no form, right? And so for that high, 12 dimensional self is right there with the divine. So for that high of a dimensional self to pop in, to come in, I know that I got some work, some projects to fulfill, some destiny to fulfill. I'm really excited. So I really invite you this week. This is some of the things that are coming up, to tune into your collective self, to tune into who you are as a multidimensional being, and to see which aspect of yourself is trying to pop in and work with you or help you achieve the dream or create the life that you desire. This is very important. So that's kind of like the energy that's coming in. The other aspect of it is that we're continuing to clear the blocks that are associated with our dreams. So when you think about what you're here, this is what I'm talking. When you think about what you're here to create, you know, that fear, the anxiety, the negative. What is it called? Negative chatter that comes up. These are the blocks I'm talking about. So when you step into, oh my gosh, I'm here to create this, and you get that a little bit excitement, and then all of a sudden your mind starts coming like, how are you going to do this? You wish, blah, blah, blah. Or you start feeling like that contraction, like, oh, I don't know if I have the energy to do it, or I don't know if I have the power to do it. Who am I to even do that? When you start getting those this week, you have the opportunity to clear those, which means that you're being invited to really put your awareness and energy into what you're here to create. Also, the things that bring you joy, the things that literally light you up, like you're being invited to put your energy there. When you do that, it's going to trigger all the blocks that want to step in the way. And when you allow yourself to recognize those blocks, then the dragons will come in and help you clear it out. You know, and also the angels. I'm getting the angels too, because the dragons usually work with the angels. The angels can't always get closer to us because it's such high vibration, but the dragons are kind of like the in-between. They can pop into this dense physical reality, hence why they are so good at clearing our dense blocks and energies and all of that stuff. And so they kind of go in between. They work with the angels that way. So I'm getting, definitely the angels will be helping, assisting us in doing that. But the key is to allow yourself to go there, allow yourself to think about the things that light you up. Allow yourself to also allow the blocks or the mental chatter, you know, the things that pop up that are against it to also come up. And then just depending on which dragon you chose, you know, call that dragon in and have that, and let the dragon do its work. Literally burn all that stuff up. Because it is time, you know, it's a whole new 13-year cycle, right, that we're starting. It is time to step into what you're here to do. And if you're like, I still don't know what I'm here to do, then this week I'm inviting you to pay attention to what will be popping up in your life. Oh, yeah. What will be popping up in your life, because that's going to give you the clues on what you're here to do. And here's a big clue. What you're here to do lights you up. What you're here to do gives you butterflies in your stomach. What you're here to do is so exciting that it gives you anxiety. What you're here to do is so natural to you that you don't even believe that you're supposed to earn money doing that. That is your first big clue. Now the rest, allow it to pop in through this week. So that's a little bit about the energy we're working in. We have the first part is about see, when I'm channeling, sometimes it just comes in and then it goes. I just remember the last part. So clearing the blocks, clearing the denseness that might step in your way of creating the life and the dreams that you desire, right? Wow, yeah, it totally went away. Okay, well, I'm glad I recorded this and you got this. It's the beauty about channeling. Sometimes it just flows through you and it comes out and it's like, okay, we're moving on, next. So our goddess for today, the goddess, or I should say the divine feminine mentor who is guiding us through this week. And this was very interesting. So it's Pope Joan. Pope Joan. She has quite an interesting story. I had never heard of her until I read Megan Watterson's book, The Divine Feminine. What is it called? Yeah, I think No, it's Mary Magdalene. It's about Mary Magdalene. And then also got the Divine Feminine Oracle card, which is also by her too. And that's how I learned about her. But I had never heard about her. And her story is so fascinating. And I feel like last week we got, who was it? Was it Thekla? I think we got Thekla, the one who decided to baptize herself and step into her power. This story kind of reminds me of her too, but this really, this is an interesting story, and I'm excited to share that with you, the wisdom with you. So she's known as the Pontiff of Possibilities. This week is full of possibilities. And that's the other thing. I want you to open up to receive. Like, I want you to open yourself up to receive more than you can even imagine. Let that be your mantra. I am open to receiving more. I'm open to receiving more. If you know what it is that you want more of, you can name that too. I am open to receiving more love. I am open to receive more beauty. I am open to receiving more abundance, more prosperity, more money, like whatever it is, more friendships, more deep connections. So, and okay, so let's go back to this. She said, the possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. So let's dive into her story. Now, who knew that there was a woman pope? Like, I've always wondered why there's no woman pope, right? Isn't that fascinating? Like, why not? Why not? So it's just interesting how it's coming in at this time. So Pope Joan embodies the truth that all things are possible. That should be another mantra for you this week. All things are possible. According to popular legend, there was a female pope who reigned for 3 years in the 9th century. She was a brilliant, highly educated woman who entered the Catholic Church in Rome by cross-dressing as a man so that she could be with her lover. All right, so she was a brilliant, highly educated woman who entered the Catholic Church in Rome by cross-dressing as a man so that she could be with her lover. Interesting, right? That's a bold move in itself. Intelligent and quick-witted, she rose through the ranks of the church hierarchy and was eventually elected as the Pope. 3 years into her reign, she was in a procession from St. Peter's to the Lutheran, is it Lateran? Lateran in the lane once known as Via Sacra, the sacred way. Her true sex was dramatically revealed in the middle of the sacred way when she gave birth, surrounded by a shocked and astounded crowd. Can you imagine that? One legend says that she was killed immediately and buried on the spot where she had given birth. Horrible. Another says she lived to do penance for her deception, and her son, who became the Bishop of Ostia, had her entombed with honor in his cathedral when she died. Regardless, her name was removed from the list of popes, and all subsequent cardinals had to sit on the settees, let's see here, Stercoraya is basically a throne with a hole in the middle of the seat so that they can check the sex of the cardinals before they can even, get in the race of becoming a pope. In the 13th century, Jean de Mailly wrote a chronicle that contains the first written mention of an unnamed female pope. This inspired a wildfire of interest that spread throughout Europe. To this day, the legend of Pope Joan is widely believed, especially among Christians. We can so easily get caught beneath the glass ceiling of what we think is possible. But the truth is that everything is possible. It's hard for us to imagine just how much divine wants for our lives, much more than we could ever hope. Pope Joan reminds us that even if we think that what we want is impossible, it is. Or even better, there is something our soul wants for us that will give us more than we can think to ask for. Pope Joan is a sign to trust in what you believe about yourself. Trust what's within you. Don't rely on what you see around you. Don't rely on what you see around you. Have faith. Know that the circumstances you are currently in are transformed from within. Begin to believe in a vision of your life. This is important. And this is right on with the energy of this week. Believe or begin to believe in a vision of your life. Cultivate the capacity to see it, to really imagine it with all your senses. And you will live into the day when it exists as the reality that now surrounds you. I'm going to read this again because this is so important and exactly what we're being asked to do this week. Begin to believe in a vision of your life. Cultivate the capacity to see it, to really imagine it with all your senses. And you will live into the day when it exists as the reality that now surrounds you. Pope Joan's right hand is held in the papal blessing. You can see this, how her hand is like in a papal. Is it papal or papal blessing? A Christian mudra of benediction. The two fingers that point downward represent Christ's dual nature as both fully human and fully divine. Remember the wisdom we received from Mary Magdalene? That we need to step into the truth that we are both human and divine is being repeated this week again. The human ego is limited and lives beneath a glass ceiling. Joan demonstrates to us, though, that for the soul, the glass ceiling doesn't even exist. Trust in what the soul knows is possible for you. This is what Joan's weary smile reminds us. So the question that she's asking us this week to contemplate on is this: what helps you remember that all things are still possible for you? So you can ask yourself this question: what helps me remember that all things are still possible for me? And the mantra I want you to use this week is: the possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. Another mantra is: I am human, and I am divine. Yeah, there's been a couple of mantras that have come up. So any of those, but definitely. The other thing that is coming in as I am sharing this message for you is being open to receiving. Like, this is what I've been doing, like asking the divine to show me the bigger vision of what the divine has in store for me. And if I can't see it, then I just open up to receive the bigger vision that the divine has in store for me. I love that second one better. Open up to receive the bigger dream, the bigger vision, the limitless dream and vision that the divine has in store for us. And this way you step out of your own way and allow your destiny to unfold effortlessly. It's more exciting that way anyways, right? It's more exciting that way. So that's the other thing I want to just share and add to the wisdom from Pope Joan. But isn't it such a fascinating story, right? Again, it's like she was completely erased from all the books as the the only female pope, right? She went in there, not even with the intention to be a pope. She just went in there so that she can be close to her lover. And while she was there, she decided to do something that no one even thought would be possible. And she did it. And she went through it. And she, she did it. She became that without planning for that to happen. All you need to know is that anything is possible. Anything is possible because your soul is limitless. Anything is possible because you're working with a higher divine intelligence that always has your back and has something greater in store for you. And all you have to do is step out of your own way to receive it. Our visions are limited. Our senses limit us. Our humanity limits us. But our spirit is not limited. This is why it's important to know and accept your divinity as well, because that is the limitless self. That is the part of you that holds that bigger vision. That's the part of you that knows that anything is possible. That's the part of you that holds down the fort when you feel like you're breaking apart. That's the part of you that assures you that even though there's a storm swirling all around you and creating distraction, that you will always be safe. That's the part of you that holds that constant inner peace, regardless of what kind of chaos is swirling around you. So if you're not connected to that part, if you're disconnected from your divinity, from your higher self, from your divine team, from the divine, you are missing out a lot. So I invite you, if you are not connected to this divinity that you are, to open that invitation this week and begin that relationship with your divinity. Begin the journey of embodying physically your divinity. So let's go ahead and jump into the messages. I feel like there's like so many cool stuff coming in this week. This is a powerful week. I'm feeling like my visions of, there's been visions that I've received for a long time of what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I've always, this like one vision where I am standing in, like, it's like this land and there's like a wellness center that we built on top of it. And it's a beautiful wellness center that people from all over the world come to just literally to just disconnect from the chaos and heal and reconnect to themselves. And there's like these big pillar, like crystal pillars that surrounds the property, and it's like all glass, and the land is just beautiful. It's gardens, there's labyrinths, there's, like people are walking through, there's beautiful flowers, there's different stations that you can go and contemplate, and there's a part when you go inside and it's like all glass. It's like different practitioners there, and of course I'm in charge, and so I always see myself in a white suit, and I walk into this boardroom with all these chairs. There's 12 chairs, right? And everyone is so happy to be there. I'm excited. I'm happy to be there, and we're talking about, how everyone is doing. And, each of them are practitioners bringing in their own, like acupuncturist, chiropractic. There's an MD there as well. There's a naturopath in there as well. It's such an inclusive practice where someone can come and really be taken care of on all different levels, mind, body, spirit, right? All different levels. And this another part of the vision where I walk to my office and it's like all glass and I sit in my chair and I look outside, because you can look in the garden, and I just smile. And it's a vision that I've had for years, and every time it pops in, like it gets better and better and better. It gets clearer and clearer, right? But it's something that's always been there, and I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know when it comes in, like even just talking about it, I'm feeling butterflies in my heart. Like it's exciting, and I can't wait. I feel the joy that is like overflowing through me right now, right? So I want you to also pay attention to the visions that are popping up this week. It might be bigger than what you can even imagine, but know that anything is possible. And that is what you're here to do. You don't need to know the how. You don't need to know how you're going to create that and how you're going to get there. Just know that that's the vision in your heart. And hold on to that vision by always seeing it. When in doubt, always go back to it and watch it like a video, because it will ignite that back, that excitement, and it will reconnect you. when you connect to your bigger visions, it creates a synchronicity where things that need to happen, the people that you need to meet, all begin to be pulled magnetically into your circle so that they can help you get that done. So see that vision. It's going to be bigger than what you imagine. And just know that somehow you're going to get there. Somehow it's going to come to pass. Somehow that is your reality. It's not going to be your reality. That is your reality because you're already taking the steps right now to get there. Okay. So let's go to the individual messages. If you haven't yet, like always, just taking a deep breath in and out. Bring your awareness to your heart. Drop the energy ball from your mind into your heart. And we're going to call in our higher selves, our Holy Spirit self, to come in within us now. And breathe. Tap into the fire within your heart. Begin to see it expand throughout your entire being and all levels of your being, all the different bodies. And from here, ask, which of these messages is for me? Which of these messages is specifically for me? 1, 2, or 3. Once you receive your number, go ahead and open your eyes and get ready to receive. So again, we're using the Dragon Oracle deck. I asked what energy, who can we work with this week, who will really benefit us, and the dragons came in very clearly. And the way they came in is like we start out with a very high dimensional dragon, right? Bringing in that high frequency energy, which is what this week we're really receiving that. I mean, I feel like we've been receiving that for a while, but we're getting, as we get close to the Lionsgate portal, which is the 8-8, right? Lionsgate portal, we're already in that portal, receiving the high frequency, receiving our higher visions. Oh, I like that, right? So it makes sense that this dragon will come in. So we start out with a high dimensional dragon. It's a 7th dimensional dragon. Now, the 7th plane or the 7th dimension is known as the God plane, because when you go there, it's like all white. It's source energy. There's nothing else. It's just pure source energy. It's a great place for me to go to remember who I am and to replenish my spirit, to replenish my soul, to replenish my body. I just go there and sit and just open up my wings and just receive the divine source light raining on me. That's how I work with that. So, I mean, this is a potent dimension. So that dragon is from that dimension. And then the next dragon comes, I mean, it's like the first dragon in the deck, the earth dragon. So it's like we go high up and then we ground that energy into our physicality, right? And this is how I'm interpreting. And of course, they have their own messages. But this came in really strongly when I pulled the cards. So we go really high up, we grab the source light, source vision, the higher vision, and we bring it down and ground it into our physical reality. We ground it into our physical bodies, our physical minds, our senses. We just infuse it into the here and now. And then the next step is like, okay, now that you've received this higher vision, how can you be of service with this vision? That's kind of like how I saw it. So if you were drawn to card number 1, you are in that higher realm. So you have the Golden Atlantean Dragon. Now, there's a possibility that if you receive this card, you're probably also connected to Atlantis. And, you've had a past life in Atlantis and hold the wisdom of Atlantis. So this dragon helps you remember the wisdom of Golden Atlantis. There you go. I've lived in Atlantis. I've also lived in Lemuria. Oh my gosh. Atlantis and Lemuria, very high societies, high intelligence societies. They really learned how to step into the higher being, but it was destroyed. I know Atlantis was destroyed because ego started coming in. And when you have that much wisdom and power, it can get in your brain somehow. So somehow it collapsed because of ego, right? But the wisdom and the teachings that we received as Atlanteans there is needed at this time to help humanity rise up. Like we learned from the mistake and we're not repeating it this time, hopefully, right? So if you're drawn to card number 1, your card is the Golden Atlantean Dragon. And this dragon helps you to remember the wisdom of Golden Atlantis. And this dragon says, awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents. Reclaim your mastery. Awaken, bring back your knowledge and talents and gifts, and reclaim your mastery. And here's the message. So 7th-dimensional golden Atlantean dragons hold the keys and codes of the awesome wisdom of Golden Atlantis. The golden era of Atlantis lasted for 1,500 years, and during this time, the people lived in harmony and happiness at the upper level of the 5th dimension. Humans, animals, and the land itself radiated a golden aura, and everyone enjoyed soul satisfaction. Something that I crave in this lifetime because I experienced that. Source energy powered the great crystal held in the temple of Poseidon, which was the power source of the civilization. The awesome spiritual technology of Atlantis was activated by crystals and mind control. When we are ready to bring back our innate Atlantean knowledge and wisdom, Golden Atlantean dragons will come to us and reactivate the gifts and talents and information held within our DNA. So you're going to be getting like a little DNA activation here so that you can remember the wisdom and the gifts and the talents from the golden era of Atlantis. So this card invites you, if you're drawn to card number 1 this week, this card invites you to activate your own personal 5th dimensional blueprint, for it contains the light of the incredible era of Golden Atlantis. The Golden Atlantean dragon who has come to you now worked directly with all the great masters of Atlantis during the halcyon days and remembers exactly who you truly are. Ooh. Prepare to reclaim your mastery. You are ready to dissolve the final veils of amnesia, and your dragon will assist you to do so. Ask it to breathe its golden fire into your third eye. I want you to do this real quick. Just close your eyes, bring your awareness to your third eye, and ask the Golden Atlantean dragon to breathe its golden fire into your third eye so that the final clearance and awakening can take place. Let's receive that now. Your dragon will then remain with you and shine light into you as you prepare to stand in your power as an Atlantean master. So first then I want to say, if you're drawn to this card, you're a master soul, okay? You have mastered something that is needed to help humanity right now, right? And so make sure this week you really work with the dragon, especially if you don't remember your lifetime being in Atlantis and your gifts and your talents and what you're here to do. This week, make sure you work with this golden dragon, golden Atlantean dragon, to really remove that veil once and for all and to ease you into that. Okay. So that is card number 1. If you're drawn to card number 2, you're working with the Earth Dragon this week. Remember I said we went all the way up and now we're grounding that energy. But if you're drawn to card number 2, you're working with the Earth Dragon. And the Earth Dragon clears your path and the land around you. So, and it says, stay grounded, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in your life. Stay grounded. Be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. Ooh. So let's see what message this dragon has for you if you're drawn to card number 2. Card number 2 is a 4th dimensional dragon. A 4th dimensional earth dragon. They're brown the color of the earth, the color of soil. They love the planet and the land itself. It was these sturdy dragons who helped to build the original dragon lines that we now call ley lines. Part of their service work is to travel along them to clear them when asked to do so. When we send an instruction to the earth dragons to work with the ley lines, they can power a way under the surface to clear any blockages. This impacts hugely on people and situations in the vicinity. They can also help to ground us in our mission in this life. I love that second part, to ground our mission in this life. I feel like that's very highlighted in this week. It is time to clear unwanted energies that are preventing your life from moving forward. Some of these may be in the earth under your home or office or where you travel. Call on the earth dragons and ask them to remove all that is not in accordance with divine light. Then sense the frequency rising within the land and on your path. This card also suggests you may be called on to do planetary service work, as the earth dragons will take the opportunity to cleanse any ley lines you focus on. Take a moment to direct them to clear the planetary grid and visualize the grid glowing and shimmering. Let's do that. When you walk, think of the earth's dragons and connect with them through the earth. Ask them to ground you and your vision. For this card signifies that you are now boosting your spiritual journey and you are ready to fly. Notice the progress you make. This is so yummy. There's something that came in as I was reading this, but I'm going to wait till the end to share that. Okay. So that is your message for card number 2. If you're drawn to card number 2, again, your dragon is the earth dragon. And the thing that was coming in with this is that if you're drawn to card number 2, your part of your service is probably working with the earth ley lines. And the earth ley lines, I want you to think of it, if you don't know what that is, think of it as like the veins and the arteries within earth. The veins and the arteries within earth that connects the power spots within the earth. So bring that to your human body. This is the other part, that the other wisdom that came in. Bring that into your human body. So as you're calling the dragons to do the grid work, also ask the dragons to do the same thing inside your body. Powerful, right? So interesting. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to card number 3. If you're drawn to card number 3, you are working with the earth and fire dragon. Earth and fire dragon. And this dragon works with you to clear the 5th dimensional ley lines. See, another ley line thing. But this time it's the 5th dimension. So we went to the 4th dimensional ley lines to clear things up, which still has to do with what? Also clearing like our arteries and, like our circulatory system. There we go. Within our own body. So ask your dragons to do that. That's the second card, the 4th dimensional. And then next one is like, okay, we're taking it to the 5th dimensional body to make sure we clear the blocks in there. Oh, there's so much coming in. So this earth and fire dragon. So we started out with the earth dragon, right? The earth element. And now we poured in fire in there to really bring in that boost, because now we're stepping into 5th dimensional energy. So this dragon works with you to clear the 5th dimensional ley lines. And the dragon said, it is time for service. When you give, you receive. It is time for service. When you give, you receive. And here's the message. This card is of service. For the 4th dimensional brown and orange earth and fire dragons are calling on us now to help them clear and light up the new ley lines of our beautiful planet. I'm going to also add this, and also of our physical bodies. The original ley lines were called dragon lines, for they were maintained by the dragons of old. Now a new 5th dimensional ley line system is being placed into the earth to carry golden Christ energy and prepare the planet for the new golden age. Remember where that golden age came in? Atlantis, the first card, right? Yeah. Do you see how all this, you can't even make it up. Like it just, how everything flows is so beautiful, so beautiful. And as I'm talking about this, like, again, I want you to not just think about, like the planet, but also your physical body, because the planet is a reflection of our physical bodies. Our physical bodies are a reflection of the planet. Think about it. So, yeah. Oh, there's so much coming in. Let me just finish the message. The dragons of earth and fire move through these lines, creating a path of light through which the higher love frequencies can flow. Humbly invoke these dragons and have a sense of the power of the flaming orange fire combined with the grounding brown earth. Reach out a hand to touch the dragons. Then visualize the earth being crisscrossed with lines of golden light. I'm going to also add this: visualize your physical body, your circulatory system being crisscrossed with lines of golden light. Picture that right now. And picture these dragons anchoring this golden Christ energy wherever there are sacred places on the globe. Mentally place a golden flame at each of these sacred portals until you sense our planet lighten up. Whenever you are out walking or driving, ask the magnificent earth and fire dragons to travel along the ley lines below you. Bring the Christ light down through you so that they can distribute it where it is most needed. When you give, you receive. The earth and fire dragons will illuminate the challenges on your route ahead, and as soon as you have acknowledged them, they will dissolve. Remember, I talked about this with the earth dragons. Was it the first one? Oh, I think it was the energy in general, where the blocks will come up and then it will be cleared, right, by the dragons. It's mentioning that here. This will smooth your path. It will also allow you to step lightly into your role as a master, as the new. This will allow you to step lightly into your role as a master as the new golden age approaches. Oh, this is beautiful. I am so happy with the messages we received this week. And it really tells you what kind of energy we're working with this week and how amazing it is and can be if we do the work. So this is what came in as I was reading all of that. I'm getting this. If you didn't get any number, or if you got all three numbers, I feel like this will be in alignment with you especially. There's a progression to this card. At the beginning, we go up there, we tap into our higher wisdom, being an Atlantean master to bring in the gifts, the knowledge of wisdom. And then we come into the earth to ground that wisdom and actually find out how we can be of service with that wisdom. And then the last card is like, okay, now you need to step into the master that you are and actually be of service with these teachings. The second one shows you the vision of how you can be of service. And then the last one is like, yes, let's do this. Or, yeah, there you go. So don't be surprised if you were called to all three of them, because I see like we can all go through all of them. Actually, going through all of them is quite beautiful that way. And working with all dragons. So I'm going to invite you to just work with all three dragons. Work with all of them. We started out with the golden Atlantean dragons, calling them in. And you can go back and listen to the message again, right? And then we tapped into the earth dragon right here. And the earth dragon really brought our awareness to working with the ley lines of the earth, or the dragon lines of the earth, and also our bodies. Now, here's what I want you to work with. I want you to tune into your own, what those dragon lines within your body, what that looks like, what that feels like. ask the dragons to show you that in your body. So do the work with Mother Earth, like send that Christ energy light, which is, it came with the earth and fire dragon, right? So send that light through the dragon lines, or the fifth dimensional ley lines, the new ley lines that we're putting down, which is the same thing that we're doing here, the new fifth dimensional body that we are embodying at this time, right? Send that light through, and then send that light also through your body, and even mention it in there, make sure it goes through your body. Actually see these dragon lines light up. This is powerful. I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm really curious how this week's message resonates with you, and what it brings up for you. I would love to hear from you. Before I end this forecast, as always, let's go ahead and go into a visualization together to just kind of tie everything together, rebalance ourselves, get in alignment and flow, so that this week we can truly be like, enjoy it or experience it as the best it can be. So close your eyes, taking a deep breath in. Beautiful. Bring your awareness back into your heart space, where you see that threefold flame, and it's like 3 different colors of flames within your heart burning brightly. I want you to imagine, see, sense, or feel like this beautiful pillar of light, like the Christ light coming down through a pillar, entering the crown of your head, going through your third eye, going all the way through your neck, all the way into your heart. When it reaches your heart, it grounds into that sacred fire and expands out, creating like this beautiful layer of Christ light around you, golden Christ light around you. Now allow that light to continue through you, through the stomach, through your hips, through your legs. Let it go all the way out through your roots and into the earth. Let it go all the way into the earth and ground into earth. When it does, allow the light to begin to spread out, that golden Christ light to spread out. And you can see the ley lines begin to light up in that golden light, and begin to see that same thing happen within your body. Taking a deep breath in here and out. We're going to call in all of the dragons that came in for this week. The golden Atlantean dragon, the earth dragon, and the earth and fire dragons to assist us this week. All 3 of them, we're receiving the assistance this week. Taking a deep breath in and out. Use your breath to just experience this. See, sense, feel this with all of your senses. And also inviting that bigger vision to drop into the higher mind and drop into the physical mind, so you can begin to see it with your physical eyes as well as your spiritual eyes. You begin to feel it with your physical heart and your spiritual heart, and you ground it into your physical earth and in your physical reality. Taking a deep breath in here and out, so that you can begin to magnetically draw to you the opportunities, the possibilities that you need to make that happen, to create that. We're also opening up to receiving more of the things that light us up, more of the things that bring us joy, more of the things that make us feel loved, more of the things that make us feel beautiful, more of the things that make us feel connected, deeply connected to our soul, to our spirituality, to our divinity, to our guides and guardians, to our angelic nature. We're open up to receiving the possibilities of limitlessness. Taking a deep breath in here and out. Ooh, beautiful. We thank you, Divine Feminine Presence, Joan, Pope Joan, for your wisdom this week. We thank you for mentoring us this week. We thank you, dragons, for showing up to do this big work, helping us to remove the blocks that stand in our way, so that we can be of greater service, so we can see our visions clearly and step into it courageously and fearlessly. Thank you for this life that you have blessed us with. Thank you for opening our minds, our hearts, to receiving that which is way bigger than us. Thank you for expanding our capacity to receive that and so much more. We thank you for this, and we thank you for all this. So be it, and so it is. Beautiful. When you're ready, open your eyes. That was powerful. This is going to be a powerful week. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Let me know. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what is coming up for you. And if you haven't joined my Facebook group yet, Moon Goddess Sacred Sanctum, go ahead and pop into Facebook, request to join. And then I want you to share your experience, share the vision that is coming up for you so we can all hold space for you. It's such a powerful container. Energetic container. I love that. That really supports your growth, supports your ascension, supports your expansion, supports you stepping in your service. So go ahead and join in and share your vision with us, a vision that came, to you. No matter how big it is, no matter how crazy and ridiculous it is, go ahead and pop in and share it with us so that we can all hold space for all of us to step into our greatest, highest potential. So much love to you. As always, thank you so much for receiving this week's weekly Goddess Energy Forecast. This is your girl, Abigail Mensah Bonsu, and it's such a pleasure to keep doing this with you. It is so exciting. And just a quick announcement, if you haven't grabbed my new book, Awakening, it is on Amazon now. The link is below. Find that, grab your copy. You can still grab the Kindle copy or the digital copy for 99 cents. It is a great deal. All proceeds go to, well, what am I looking for? Charity, basically. There was a word and then disappeared. All proceeds goes to a charity that basically supports or teaches women and supports them in having a healthy childbirth, a safe childbirth. It's a doula charity, and it is so incredible. I think it's so needed. Being a mother myself, it's just such amazing. It feels amazing to be supported through pregnancy and then giving birth, being a mother. And so a charity that teaches that it's incredible. So it supports that charity. And yeah, go ahead and grab that. If you want a physical copy, it will be available, I think around in 2 weeks. It will be available also in Amazon. Once it's available, I'll let you know. And if you would like to work with me, go ahead and schedule a discovery call with me. Let's chat how we can work together. And you can find this on my website, moongoddessacademy.com. So much love to you. And until next time, have a fabulous week working with the dragons. Bye, everyone.